Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're still not sock puppets.
Phew. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
third week of June.
Third week of June. Our second half of the review, since we have like 13.
13 books. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. First up we have Nightwing.
Issue number 10. First off,
they're all DC books. We can call them 10.
Well, we're not all talking DC books. Oh, but if it's a DC book? No, you can't say that because at some point we'll have other DC books that aren't.
But not yet.
Any rate. First thing off the bat is I'm getting tired of seeing covers where Nightwing has beat the hell in the cover of it.
Yeah, it's really annoying. That's like happened pretty much every single cover.
And at no point in the book is he even remotely close to as beat up as what they're showing him there.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he gets zapped at the end of the book, but
beyond that,
to knock him out of the rafters. But he's nowhere. Is he a bloody pulp?
Yes, it's not like when he fell the rafters, he like hit a few trees, maybe a few meat grinders, a cow, and like got hit by a stampede of horses or something.
Right.
It's not like anything that happened. He fell, and that's it.
Right. So about this book, I'm reaching that point where I'm asking, why the hell am I reading this book?
Oh, I was there a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Getting Nightwing, I got Nightwing because I really enjoyed. I've never really been a Dick fan, but I really enjoyed the. We hit him as Batman.
Yeah, that was
before
really
the
good.
before the whole
relaunch,
reboot. I don't know if we can call it a relaunch. Anyway, whatever. So I got this thinking, okay, that charm, maybe what I've liked about him, will move over into this, and
nope.
Not really. This wasn't a bad issue. There's some somewhat interesting things going on as he's working to try and run the circus, open up the whole fairway again and whatnot.
I love it.
And that's interesting.
I love how Gotham has all these little, I don't know, I guess I'll call them mythos or whatever. But like, you know, the clock was stopped.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
I love the fact that Gotham constantly has that. I mean, and they have it so in a way that it feels like if you wanted to, you could probably keep track of all of them.
Right.
But if you did try to, you couldn't.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. And even though they keep introducing them, they always do something with them, and it's not like they introduce them a ton in a book. So it's like, okay, yes, Gotham has all this stuff. We get it. Mm-hmm. So that's nice.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think that Kyle Higgins is a bad writer. I think that he is like Scott Snyder in that they embrace giving Gotham more character, that it is a character in itself, and they embrace that. So you get things like the clock and that sort of stuff. I think that's all really cool. I'm just not a Nightwing fan, and as the mediocrity kind of drags along, it's in those books I'm going, I don't know if this is
I wouldn't be sad if you dropped it. And I'm not going, drop this book, drop it right now.
Because it's not awful. It's not awful. I mean, even in this, it's you know, there's an interesting.
It's not
what's
bad,
happening. What's happening here?
good.
What's happening in this issue is somebody has murdered two guys using some of Nightwing's sticks. So Nightwing's trying to figure out who it is that's setting him up.
It's the detective, so we think.
So we think it's the detective that's doing it. One of the detectives. But why?
We don't know.
You know, and so there's that, and so that's kind of that's an interesting story. He's found this like group of mercenary cult kind of thing and whatnot.
They're teenagers.
Except for the one badass that's in it that zaps him. He looks kind of cool and whatnot.
Yeah.
I hate the way they draw at the end of the book. They draw his sticks. They draw little knobbies all over him.
Yeah, I know. What the heck? Well, like for some reason, instead of holding his little batons, like batons with little Nightwing stick at the end.
Right.
For some reason, he's holding them on the center, and they have like, it's like they're little.
And each side's got these little
they're
clubs.
little clubs. Yeah. Not really those baton things.
I don't mind him hanging on to the middle and striking like that because that makes a certain amount of sense depending on the style of fighting you're using.
Yeah,
but it being this knobby looking, it almost looks like.
It's like what?
Yeah.
And the only part of this book that I really actually enjoyed was the part where he's interrogating them. He has them strung up. I know a word. I forgot. And he's swinging along.
Swinging along directly. He's hanging one upside down as he's swinging through the Gotham. Yeah, so he gets his information. Yeah. Somewhat stereotypical of that type of hero thing, but fun at the same time. I give this book a week 3.
I give it a 2.5.
Like I said, it wasn't badly written. I'm just not interested in Nightwing anymore.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have next?
What's next? Next is The Punisher, issue 12.
This book is so good. Oh man, issue was just amazing.
Yeah, it's got Chichello back on art, which just makes it epic.
So, the Punisher? What? Okay, the Punisher tracks down the Punisherette.
Punisherette, yeah.
And because they're staking out the lady who is the Punisherette, they're staking out her home.
Who's they?
The cops, the police.
Detectives.
Right. The detectives, and she sends in her friend, the reporter, to go and get her stuff.
Get her personal
for
effects.
her. That way she doesn't have to show up. And of course, somehow Castle has made it in there.
Yeah, he's already there, been waiting the whole time.
Yeah. Where is she? And the reporter lady just freaks out. I would freak out too, because first of all, A, he's the Punisher, and B...
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so he tracks her down and he calls her weak because she
tracks on the Punisher.
He separates the stuff that she doesn't need to have anymore, like her iPod, and you have a flying head. Like her iPod and like her change and her like makeup products, and then she has her knife, her bullets, and her gun.
Right. How are you gonna survive all this? You have to be dead. You have to be dead. This is alive. This is dead.
Yep.
How are you gonna beat these guys? You have to be dead. Can't have the picture. Can't have any of that stuff. You have to be dead.
Because it's weak.
And he just keeps
distracted.
And he just keeps driving that home and driving that home.
And they fight each other, and the Punisher beats her up. Not that she doesn't get a few great hits on the Punisher, but he beats her up, and he's relentless. And it ends with her burning the picture of her and her husband.
Yep.
Because you have to be dead.
Because she's dead.
That was really good.
Really good and really
depressing.
Really brutal
depressing.
And depressing, but so
good.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything else to say about the book that you haven't said. It's so beautifully drawn. It's so beautifully written. This is not a book that you read and you go, oh, I feel so happy afterwards. You just read it and you go, holy crap, can this be any more depressing? But so well written.
Yeah.
I mean, so well done. I mean, it's so well executed. It's just, ugh.
That's because it is Rucka, right? Writing it? Yeah, that's because Rucka's amazing. So.
Yeah, and this book's really proven it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's really good.
Yeah.
What would you rate this book?
I give it a 5.
I give it a 5 also. It was very, very, very good.
Okay, next up we have Red Hood and Be Outlaws. What did you think? Oh, it's issue 10.
Number 10.
What did you think?
I like the fact that we're getting to see Starfire be the boss, basically. There's some amusing parts in the book, where the girlfriend of Red Hood.
His girlfriend gets transported.
She gets teleported.
You don't want to own a dry cleaning business.
She gets teleported up into the spaceship. It's Coriander's spaceship. Something's happening on her home world, so they've kind of recruited her back to the ship. I love the fact that we see a lot of characters and a lot of alien races that were from the.
Dominator. There's a Dominator here. This guy with the red circle and his scratch,
from the old,
which is kind of funny because that was the exact pattern that Rebels had.
Yeah. There's some of the alien races from the DC universe, so it's cool getting to see them all in there.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
And,
I suspect that the next issue we're going to get to see Corey's sister.
Yeah,
Darkfire show up in it.
The next one's like Blackfire.
Is that what it's titled? Yeah.
I don't know what her name is.
So yeah, that's cool and whatnot. It was kind of it was a fun issue. There was nothing about this that made me go, oh wow, that's cool. There was no one of those Jason Todd, Batman family kind of moments. Sorry, I'm laughing because Ethan's got some pretty good sunburns going on, and the neighborhood cat has just shown up, and of course she's meowing and rubbing her legs on us, rubbing her body on us, and Ethan's sunburns.
Ow. Okay.
And I mean, and it's funny. The book was okay.
Yeah.
It didn't have any magic moments in it, but it was fun. I hear this whole team is leaving this book at some point.
Really?
They're all going to go do Superman.
Really?
And I don't know if they're going to keep doing this book in the process. But I haven't heard who's going to take it up in its place. If anybody is. Don't know.
Okay. Well,
anyway,
what'd you give it?
I give it a 3.
I give it 3 too.
Yep. Okay, next we're going to talk about The Secret History of D.B. Cooper, number 4.
It's the second to last one.
Yeah, I found that out. First, I didn't realize that it was a miniseries. I thought it was an ongoing.
Too.
So I'm like, I'm on the Twitter, talking to the writer artist, going, dude, how come I can't order this book?
Why? Yeah, it's definitely.
So what'd you think of this one?
It's definitely a bummer that it's gone. I liked it. He kills the monster from inside in the gut, thus thus ridding himself from becoming a portal to the gut.
Yeah.
In the real world.
Right.
We find out that he's also a double agent at the very end.
Supposedly.
They suspect the guy that nobody really likes with the broken nose because D.B. Cooper messes up his face. They're like, you're a double agent. And he's like, I'm not a double agent. They find out that Cooper is. And Cooper's taking an air trip to Seattle.
Yep. So it's starting. We're starting to get to the place. So it's really curious to see how exactly all this all happens.
And they keep hinting that Ted is a double agent. Or not Ted.
Lee.
Yeah,
the teddy
Lee,
bear that's missing here.
Lee is a double agent who's going to, like, I mean, they talk about they have this guy and he's strapped in and he's like...
Oh, no. That guy that's strapped in is the guy at the very end.
I know.
Oh.
They have this guy strapped in and they suggest that he's...
Oh, maybe he's the bear?
Well, they say he's infiltrated and he's going to take Cooper out anytime now, right? And we see Lee pick up Cooper's sword like he's going to cut him down because Cooper's totally messed up. Say, chops the monster up, but...
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And so they keep hinting at it, and they find out they finally get to the airship where they've been following.
The fish.
Yeah, the gigantic fish, which is actually an airplane. But it finally lands, and Cooper goes, because supposedly his daughter's riding that, right? And there's the Russian agent who's sent to kill him. You're like...
Right. Oh, so it's not Lee. Yeah.
So, which leaves me to still wonder, who the heck is Lee?
Right.
I mean, so far all we've seen...
Because I don't think it's his dad, the doctor, which is who I originally thought maybe it was. It's obviously not his dad, the doctor. So yeah, who is Lee? That'll be curious.
Yeah.
As to who Lee is, unless Lee is some manifestation of his daughter.
That's what I wonder sometimes. If that's really who his daughter is.
Still, it's fun. Love the art. Love the zaniness of it. Love the kind of alternate reality. Where is he? Where isn't he? And now it's really starting to match up with what's happened in actual history. Yeah. So pretty cool. What'd you get?
I give it 5.
I'm giving it a 4. I really enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all ends up.
Awesome. Okay. Next up we have the Shadow. I like this cover a lot. Like he has I love the fact
Alex Ross cover.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks like it's painted. I don't know if
Shadow number 3.
Yeah, the Shadow number 3.
Yeah, it's painted.
It's painted, which makes it really pretty. I love the fact that there's still the explosions from the gunshots behind him as he's jumping through the window, shooting. And I love the fact that as he's jumping, his eyes are black and he has a little glint. Yeah. That's a pretty cool cover. Yeah. I like this book. I guess. What'd you think?
I'm enjoying the heck out of it. This is the Shadow. I love the way it's operating. I like this pre-World War II story that we're being told and whatnot. They continue to show us little bits and more of the Shadow's power, how basically he messes with people's heads is what he does. Yep. Those guys are all chasing him to wipe him out, and they get there and they can't find him. All there is the picture, and then it almost looks like the picture comes off the wall and starts blazing away and shooting them all.
I love the little Scooby-Doo moment there where, it's all the picture and then the eyes move.
Right. Because he's basically... I think what he's doing is he's using these mental mind tricks, Buddhist mental mind tricks, to block people out so they can't see him and whatnot. I do love the fact where he's going in, he thinks he's going to wipe out the Japanese, and like the cover shows, he's jumping down, and instead of having his pistols, he's got a Tommy gun, and he just starts blazing away on people. And who's he shooting up? He's actually shooting up the Germans. Which is fine. At the end, after he's shot them all up, he's like, oh, it was the Germans. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. I'm still going to get you Japanese guys, as he goes off on the thing.
I love Buffalo Wong.
Oh yeah, they portray him as pretty disgusting, but yeah, he's just like Mongol from the backwoods and whatnot.
Also,
and he's not an idiot. He's like, yeah, I know you guys are gonna be.
He's like, yeah, you think
you guys are gonna.
I love that. Oh, look at the pretty silver coins. Yeah, we're just going to take some rocks. Oh, thank you, pretty silver coins. Right. And then he's like, we're searching for magic rocks, and he strings them upside down and puts their heads in fire.
He's like, so did you torture them by what? Giving them lots of drink and women and getting the information out of them? No, not exactly. And the next picture shows them they're tied down. These government agents are tied upside down. Their heads are being lit on fire and stuff. Yeah.
That was great.
But still, really enjoy the comic. I love the pulp noir, but still superhero-esqueness to it, and it's just been a good lot of fun.
Yeah. I'd give it 4. Week 4, strong 3.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Strong 3, week 4 somewhere in there. But definitely lots of fun. Next, we're going to talk about Supergirl number 10, Trapped in the World of the Black Banshee. What you think?
So I thought this was cool. We find out that she's actually inside the Black Banshee.
Right.
And her Siabahan, how do you say her name? Her brother is still
Tommy's
inside
still
of him.
inside of him.
Because
Yeah.
it sounds like he sucks you inside, and then you're still alive. You're
Well,
still
he
there,
sucks you inside
and
and
then
consumes.
from inside, he destroys you and consumes.
He consumes your soul,
power
and he
your
can't
soul.
figure out how to do that with both Supergirl and this Tommy.
Yeah, he can't find Supergirl.
Yeah.
I know. Or not Supergirl, Tommy. He can't find Tommy, which
Right.
is why he's still alive. So then he manifests himself as a flame dragon because
He uses your nightmares. He uses your nightmares against you to eat you up and destroy your soul.
Because Supergirl, her dad used to tell her stories about the flame dragons to scare her.
Right.
So she doesn't have her superpowers anymore, but she still has a little bit of yellow light in her, and she manifests that because she's still Supergirl.
Right.
I mean, because her father also tells her about the warriors and stuff, not necessarily. I mean, it's not like there's something big bad with no solution.
Right.
So she gains armor and this yellow sword, and she pretty much, after she figures out what she's doing, she cuts him up. She takes him down. She super jumps on top of him and cleaves his head off.
Yep. Ends up chopping his
That
head
was
off,
awesome.
and he coughs him back out of his body when
And
that
he's all weakened and beat up and stuff. And then Siabahan absorbs him.
sucks in her father. Right.
That was pretty great.
Yeah. And she's all love the artwork. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm really liking this guy's art.
I love the dragon.
And he just gets better and better. I just think the book just gets better and better as far as art goes and whatnot. I haven't talked to your sister yet. I don't think she's read this book yet to know what her opinion is of it. But yeah, I'm enjoying the book more and more. You know, now I get this book for me as much as I get it for anybody else in the house and whatnot. So what'd you give this one?
I give it a 4.
I gave it a really strong 3. Really doing it.
Okay. So
What's last?
Finally, last but certainly not least, we have Wonder Woman issue 10.
Oh man. Well, I think they could have made this book better, possibly better, is if Cliff Chang had done all the artwork as opposed to just the cover.
That's it.
But holy cows! This is awesome. I love the story. I love not just using the Greek mythos. The story, by the end of the story, it had a kind of a Greek mythos feel to it. That kind of
little trickery, haha.
Yeah, I mean that kind of a story. That kind of
I know what you mean.
That kind of a story. I don't want to say epic because epic's not right, and epic gets used too much. But yeah, it had that kind of a feel to it. It's just like the whole, you know, the reason the pistols don't work for Hades is because he doesn't love himself, so the pistols don't work right.
And he hangs up Wonder Woman by the lasso of truth. So if she tells she has to tell the truth, and she doesn't tell the truth.
Well, of course she is telling the truth because she loves everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, and he's like, "Do you love me?" And she's like, "Yes." And then she runs away.
Right. Then she
and Hades is just like, "What the heck?"
Jumps on the horse and she's whipping the rope around, whipping on people. She's going to town.
She pulls her lasso off, and as she's still wearing the noose by the neck, she's running around whipping people and stuff.
Wading through the
souls. Running through the souls and run away. And Hades is like, "Oh, you can't get me." And her friends are there, and she's like, "No, go away, go away."
All right, let me fight my own fight. And then Strife punches her head through Hades. Because Hades turns himself into this giant blood monster.
Meat blood monster thing, and he picks Wonder Woman up, and he's like, "I'm going to consume you again and again." And then like this hand grabs Wonder Woman.
Comes out of his mouth.
And grabs her and then pulls her back and strikes, she's giant, and Hades is like, "Strive, no, you too." And he's like, "Well, as much as the romantic thing again, it's like over and over again."
Right.
That annoys me.
If he consumed once, now that sounds okay, but over and over again, that's just gross.
That in-between part, that messy part.
Yeah.
Can't this be my own mess? Ew.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it's just been a really good story. And then the way it ends.
Yeah.
I don't really want to blow the way it ends for everybody, but so does he love himself? By the end, does he love himself?
I don't know.
He's looking at the mirror, he gets shot. You get shot, you love whoever you see.
Uh-huh.
The gun was shot by Wonder Woman, who does love herself.
Uh-huh.
So does he love himself now? Do you see what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
And then the question is that going to fundamentally change the way Hades behaves, if that's the case? If he suddenly does love himself? Ooh, it's just really cool.
I love the fact that he's like, "But you said you love me." Hell, I love everybody.
Yep.
That was awesome.
What? You can't really. Oh, no, I do. What? No. Because that's the only way the rope wouldn't have hung her up.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It's been a very good story. I very much enjoyed the way this whole Hades things ended and whatnot, and I wasn't sure I was going to, but I really, really liked the way it ended
Yeah.
and whatnot. Very, very
Pretty
pleased
awesome.
with this book.
What'd you give it?
I'm going to give it a 5.
I'd give it a 5 too.
Yeah.
2 5s in 1 week.
Yeah. My favorite book of the week, Wonder Woman.
I don't know, I think Punisher punches it out to me, for me.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
I don't know. Yeah, it is a tough call. I mean, although Punisher is amazing and Wonder Woman was about equally amazing, Wonder Woman is a DC book.
Yeah, that's the over the top. Okay. At any rate, thanks for watching. We're going to get ourselves out of the heat, and we'll got another week of comics to read, so I'm sure by next weekend or whatever, we'll hit you up with some more reviews. Have a good one, everybody.
See you again.